first know and understand food. From food, all things are born. By food they live, toward food they move, and into food they return. We have lost our connection to the soil. We have lost our connection to soul. We have forgotten that we are nature. And we have forgotten how food brings us together. And we are soil. This practice of connecting to ourselves, to each other, through food is an ancient practice. It's a very simple practice. It's as simple as making handmade mayonnaise with 3 ingredients: an egg, a drop or 2 of lemon, and some olive oil that has been grown naturally, hand-picked, in soil that is vital, full of good nutrients, soil that grows plants, that invite us to live simple, pure, honest lives. So I invite you all to sample some of this mayonnaise with some breadsticks that have been made by hand, with wheat that has been grown in natural, fertile soils. And you may feel a delicate tingling. You may have your appetite, your taste buds whetted for a taste of change. And anybody who would like to learn how to make mayonnaise by hand, it is done. I'd like to give some thanks at this point. We have forgotten about gratitude in our lives. We've forgotten about gratitude in our communities. We've forgotten about gratitude towards the earth. This has been a Thanksgiving ritual. Kofifi Theatre Company became an exchange, an encounter, rather than a workshop. We were invited to do some outreach as part of our residency, and we made a connection with the Trevor Huddleston Memorial Centre, and Kofifi, Godfrey, Esperanza, Vicky, Lucky, Billy, myself and Flora had 2 hours in Sophia Town. The soil that you saw was soil from Sophia Town. They are involved in creating a piece that is about the heritage and the culture of Sophia Town. And our workshop was called Hands in Soil. And all we did was bring soil in a bowl to the workshop and cooked from a poiki on an open fire, and in 2 hours our lives were transformed. I want to thank them for this beautiful, evocative piece that was improvised through our own exchange. We had no idea how it would come together. I want to thank the Bag Factory for their extraordinary capacity for opening up to a completely new kind of residency, which meant that we were hardly here at all in the Bag Factory. We were between Sophia Town and Maboneng, so we were between the urban and the rural, as well as sort of in Rustenburg. And everybody who has helped to bring this to pass, because Kelvin and Jarlene, a culinary school where we were invited to co-create pavement banquets, to Ted and to Flora, my collaborator, without whom none of this could happen. And gratitude, back to gratitude. I was invited to give a talk for TEDx, and I feared and trembled because I thought, what could I bring from the West to Africa? And I'd like to end with the words of someone who came to visit us in food wine design, a black woman. And I felt that having had those words, I had become humble enough to understand that food is beyond whether you can eat it, have it. What is important is the source of the soil and to return to the soil. And these were her words. Love, love, love this concept of hands in soil. It gives Africa African solutions to many of our issues, i.e. poverty. With this, we can produce our own products, feed our own nation, empower our future generation, and meet all the needs in one time. This made my day. I want to be a farmer. Coming here made me very, very happy. The solution is in the soil. And this was in the middle of Santon, Hyde Park, in food wine design. So I did realize that if you go back to source, people find their own solutions. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you so much for coming to be here. I also want to thank Carrie, Javi, and LJ, with whom we are in a collaboration, have been in a residency at the same time. And I think there's some extraordinarily beautiful work that all relates to what it means to come together, to be empowered, to work with endangered species, and to bring things back to consciousness. LJ does that in her work, Carrie does that in her work, and I think we've seen some beautiful examples of how Kofifi brought that to life here. And of course to the Bag Factory, Sarah, Aisha, and James.